Sorry about that. It is on Twitch as a backup. While we try to get it working again. Oh yeah, I guess it just dropped. We'll get it back up in a moment. There we go. So we've got Copen with over 1,000 kudos. So Lola starts to sing. Here, back performance. Oh, there we go. So we're back. Naotarashi. Sorry about that. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Try to keep an eye on it. So yeah, actually Copen and Gunvolt each have their own kudos meter. So if you swap, the muses swap, and you're back where you were. Let's see if we can't get Gunvolt up here. Oh no. In just a moment. Concentrate, I get the kudos. No. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you'll actually have two different performances going as you and you can swap between the two of them. Which is fun, yeah. Infinite air jumps, infinite dashes, just like in Gunvolt 3. So they're both pretty powerful in this, I would say. Will we go to turn off the microphone in Gunvolt 2? That's a good question. I don't think there's going to be an update to that, but I could be wrong. But yeah, so we got the two muses. So I haven't talked about the inspiration gauge yet. Hopefully I gotta pump it up a little bit. So you notice there's a gauge beneath the kudos meter over on the left. And as you play as one character, you will increase that if you can play without swapping for a little bit. When you swap back, you'll get a bonus based on their inspirations. Gunvolt and Copen are inspiring each other in battle. Okay. So there we got it filled up. If we swap, well, the gauge is full from Gunvolt to Copen. He's powered up, he gets infinite bullet dashes for a while. Well, I hope I don't lose it when I go to the next stage. That would be sad. Okay, so we still got it. So you get infinite bullet dashes, you get infinite EX weapons, which I forgot to talk about, but yeah, you get a new set of EX weapons in GX. And yeah, if you're boosted, you get infinite energy, which is always fun. Of course, this weapon is one you get from BB on the stage. What we got unlocked for the demo here? Will GX have any equivalent to image pulses? I think that we can confirm no. I don't believe that is a feature in GX. It's a kind of a different world setting. So I don't think that is in there. That's specifically something that Kieran and Gunvolt created, right? But yeah, we got EX weapons, how many stages and bosses are planned. I don't want to talk about it just yet, but I think you can kind of figure it out. I think you can get the Gunvolt inspired by Copen's gameplay. Oh no. Perfect. Yeah, then we can swap into Gunvolt. He's got his infinite weapon energy, and he also, I believe, unlimited lock-ons, which is fun. Oh yeah, we were definitely talking about bringing back the legacy bundles, but we're not. I can't confirm that just yet. That would be certainly nice. I'm not sure if we'll do that on the Switch 2 per se, but we'll see. Yeah, other platforms will get it as a DLC. So so much chat going on. Try not to get bodied too hard. Answer your questions. Yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. It's kind of a bit of a dream scenario, but it is canon, I'm pretty sure. So there might be some asterisks on it, perhaps, but this is a real thing that's happening in the Gunvolt universe. Yes, I got the infinite jumps. Yeah, so you do get to play as the kind of powered up Gunvolt from Gunvolt 3, which is fun. So yeah, GX will be dubbed. We will have a full English dub, so do not worry. Of course, I'm going to finish this demo a lot faster than I imagined. I was taking my time before. Answer too many questions. We'll boot it back up and take another look. Yeah. I guess you can probably see in some of the dialogue there might be some memory shenanigans going on. Can you imagine Gunvolt and I don't, quite made up, did they? Yeah, the Phantom side is really fun, by the way. If you're locked on, you get a Copen warp, similar to Kieran's. Gunvolt is kind of a bit more powerful though. But Copen's still fun. Love the bullet dash. Oh, I don't want to get God. Yeah, we're hard at work, I tell you what. Ooh. Swap out before I get bodied too hard. Let's see if I can. Oh, that was not. I guess I should have done trophies. Oh, maybe it'll still work. Oh, it's not. There we go. Well, it was way too fast. I should take my time. Maybe I'll go back and do that. We have so much more time today. But you got listens, we got lots of questions. Yes, is this version available for Switch 2? This is the Switch 2 exclusive. This will be this content is will not be on the Switch 1 version, though it will be available as DLC for Steam and PS5. And yeah, we are exclusively in Japan. We do all the work that we do in an office here in Japan. Okay, let's switch it back. So yeah, that's a look at the demo, and maybe we'll go back to it at the end to do that. But yeah, we've got that will be coming out in 2026. It'll be this year. So this demo is we had it just for shows so far. We don't have one available released yet, but maybe it might happen. Why not DLC as Switch 1? So it sort of is DLC for Switch 1, but it's the exclusive to the upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 version. I'm sort of like what you see a lot of Nintendo's games do, like say Kirby in the Forgotten Land, or I think Super Mario Wonder. They have like when you upgrade it, you get the bonus scenario. It's all on Switch 2. They've taken that approach this time. So yeah, there will definitely be an upgrade pack. They feature to have the Japanese names in text with a Japanese voice. Yeah, I understand it's kind of weird, but that would be a lot of trouble and probably confusing for even other people who, for that one, So unfortunately, I don't think that'll be in the cards. But yeah, we'll have the dubs, and obviously we'll have the option to play with English text and Japanese voices, because I'm sure people would certainly appreciate that. I know I always do. So as far as X3 is concerned, we don't have anything to announce just yet regarding a dub, but definitely keep your eyes out for that. We'll definitely talk more about that a bit later. Yeah, we'll definitely consider bringing back the Legacy Bundle discount, since this will be brand new content. I'm sure people will be wanting to get it, especially people who have all the previous titles, like Gunvolt 3 especially. As far as Xbox versions, unfortunately, we don't have much to announce on those. Yeah, we'll have lots of oh yeah, skills. GB having skills. Yeah, I believe. I think we did talk about. Maybe we didn't. But yeah, GB will obviously, you can see even the demo. He's got a skill selection there that I kind of used Astrosphere to little effect there. But there will certainly be more coming. And yeah, lots of interactions between Gunvolt and X Copen. You can definitely look forward to that. There'll be lots of those, and lots of Lola and Lumen interactions, which is probably not something that has happened too much in the past. So that's also very exciting about this story mode. Is there any reason a DLC isn't planned for it? It's just kind of how it worked out to be. The upgrade packs are kind of a bit confusing. I understand it's a little disappointing, but that's kind of what we're doing. We're going to be focusing on the Switch 2 going forward for sure. So definitely, if you haven't gotten one yet, get that before the price goes up, if you can. But what is the Gunvolt Trilogy Enhanced? So it's Gunvolt 1, 2, and 3 all in one package. There's a few tweaks from the director to the action. Nothing too significant, but there's also all the DLCs included, especially for Gunvolt 3, which had a bit of the Image Pulse DLC, and it's got all the extra scenario in there built in, the Attends scenario. But yeah, unfortunately there's still no dub for Gunvolt 1 and 2, but it'll have the Gunvolt 3 dub, and then when we have the Nintendo Switch version, the GX will have the dub included. Oh my goodness, not used to the chat moving so fast. Yeah, thankfully Nintendo gave you a notice in the States. You have until September to get your Switch 2 at the current price. Will be a physical for the Switch 2 edition. So at the moment we can only announce that we have an Asian region Japanese physical version. And being a Switch 2 edition, it will of course be on a full cartridge. And all of our games are on a full cartridge, and that is our policy. No key cards. But that's not actually an option for Nintendo Switch edition, Nintendo Switch 2 edition anyway. Oh my goodness, I'm missing. I'm trying to get these. So for now, the demo is probably only going to be at events. It might be a little confusing to have it for DLC, come to think of it. But certainly, I can give it another shot if there's anything you want to see about it. So no new dubs for previous games, Gunvolt 1 and 2, but we will be recording for Gunvolt GX, so look forward to that. And then X3 will be, we'll announce later, I believe. So X3 is not going to be on Switch 2 only, actually. It will be on multi-platform, at least PlayStation 5 and PC as well. I think we have the Steam page up for it. We should have. Definitely check that out if you want to get that on Steam. We'll be talking about that in a little bit. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about X3, so it's a little bit early and there's much more to reveal. So definitely give me your GX questions. I don't want to say too much about the stages, but you can kind of imagine. Yeah, this will be a pretty full story mode, I'll say. Actually, quite a lot of content in it, dialogue-wise at least, which I have seen and has been translated and recording. I love the JP voices way too much for the dub. Definitely understand that. I know people were having quite a heated discussion about dubs and subs before I joined, which is always fun to see everyone's opinions. So that's, you know, I'm always very happy to give everyone the option between the dubs and the subs. I think that is the ideal. You know, 'cause people want or they need even the dubs, especially in Gunvolt where you have people talking over the missions. It's so much easier if you can understand what they're saying and don't have to read the dialogue at the bottom as you play. Will GX have new bosses? That's a good question that I cannot answer right now. I don't want to spoil that. Who do I like to play more? Oh, that's tough. Like, yeah, I'm a big Copen guy myself. It's just so much fun bouncing around. Oh goodness, no AI upscaled art. No, it's all redone, or you know, or if it's like, I think the original art is probably a higher resolution and can get put in sometimes too. Will this version of the Trilogy Enhanced also have a physical collector's edition? Of course it will. Of course, it will be Japan exclusive, but I believe, did we announce them? I don't know if we've announced any details yet, but look forward to that. Able to the loading screen lore isn't translated. Interesting. Yeah, I think that is a decision made a bit before my time, but hopefully it would be cool if we could go back and translate that. Oh my goodness, what's my favorite Indie Creates game? It's probably, I don't know, I love Blaster Master Zero Trilogy a lot. It's just very dear to me, but they're all quite good, especially Galgun and Gunvolt. All the guns, all the gals. Will the DLC drop on Steam around the same time as the Switch 2 release? I'm not entirely sure yet. I think we will strive to do that, but no promises at the moment until we have a official release date. Then hopefully we can, we will let you know at that point. But that I think is the aim. Will the DLC be coming to Steam? Yes, that is the plan. We'll be able to play GX on the Switch 2, the PlayStation 5, and Steam. X1 GV2 Copen gameplay. Ooh, I mean, I definitely, you know, gotta say I love the more, you know, high flying, bullet dashing, getting them back when you bounce off stuff is very, very good. Whether it's with the ability or in Gunvolt 2, it's all very fun. Oh wow! How many people do we have in here? so much chatting. I hope you're enjoying me answering everyone's questions. I hope it's not too boring. But I finished the demo way too fast. But this is good. I mean, I think I wanted to do this stream especially because I knew people would have lots of questions about it. I do want to get those answered. Is X3 gonna have a bigger scope? I think the scope is at least slightly bigger, especially thanks to a new system that I'll hint about a little bit. That seems very cool that the previous games didn't have. Any day but the Switch 2 edition price? I'm not sure. That's a good question though. Obviously it will be a paid upgrade pack especially with this amount of content. Certainly at least $10, but possibly more. But I can't really speak to that at the moment. But yeah, especially with the content and you'll also, maybe I forgot to mention, but of course the Switch 2 edition will have high frame rate and high resolution support as well. Can't forget that. It's the standard Switch 2 stuff. But getting new key art for the GX scenario, that's a good question. You know, I feel like not, because I feel like I would have had that in the initial press release. And I believe it was just the same as the Switch 2 edition. But there will be new CGs. There will be new art in the story mode, of course. It's that code customizing. It seems very cool. I think we'll be very excited to see that. I can't talk about it too much though. Have your choices ideas ever affect both scripts, including Japanese versions of the game? That's kind of rare. Occasionally they will ask me stuff, but I'm very much a respect the source material kind of guy. So if there's just like a big issue, something that's like, oh my goodness, that's you got to change that, I probably would, but I don't remember that ever happening. Sometimes the characters, you know, like speak English or something, and they'll be like, hey, is this cool? Is this okay? And but I don't, you know, I don't go back and like, hey, you know, you got to change this. I don't think I've ever done that. Is Takayama-san coming on board for this? That's a good question, but I don't believe so. Not on this project. Wink, wink. Is GX going to be longer than the Z campaign? Yes. Yes, I can say that for sure. It's definitely more content than the Attempts story mode. So anything is coming for Xbox Series? That's a good question. I think, you know, X3 は Xbox に、発表したっけ？ X3 は今 Nintendo Switch 2と Steam だけ。Switch 2と Steam. Okay. Yeah, so right now X3 is just announced for Switch 2 and Steam, but we will definitely consider other platforms in the future. Yeah, dub for Gunvolt 1 and 2, definitely something I would like to do. I would love to do that, but we'll have to see if we can make it make sense, because it's so hard to, you know, justify a dub for content that's already out. And it's much, you know, much easier to make the case for something that's coming out, you know, to make sales. If you know, just how it is. Open to suggestions. We're always happy to hear suggestions. Whether we can do it or not is a different story. GB2's runner mode fixed. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get that fixed in an update, well, even before that comes out. Yeah, Aizu-san is here. Hi, Aizu-san, says Yutteru. Hi, he says hi. I don't know if you can hear him. Will GX have optional conversations at the base? Yes. Will they be added to the library on the trilogy menu? That's a good question. They might be. I'm not sure actually. I'd have to double check that. That would make sense. It'd be cool. They will definitely be in there though. Like I said, it's a pretty full-fledged Gunvolt story. So yeah, you got the live novel conversations and conversations at base. The Gunvolt 2 localization. It's not as off as the Gunvolt 1 original script was, but yeah, I definitely feel you that it's a little bit goofy. Yeah, I don't know if we have the bandwidth to go back and fix that. No, it's also not great having the two different scripts for Gunvolt 1, although I am definitely appreciative that it exists, but it was pretty egregious that it required that. So yeah, I definitely would like to avoid more splitting of that. Connectix only lets you pick X2 songs for Lola. I'm not sure what songs will be included. But yeah, as you can see, Copen is based on the X2 gameplay at least. So I would kind of expect that, but who knows? I do not know yet. It's pretty off. I understand. It is a. I guess it just shows how off Gunvolt 1 was. X2 is relatively less off. But yeah, I understand. Is GX like Gunvolt 3 2 a complete campaign and all? It is kind of close to that. I wouldn't know if I call it 3-2 necessarily, but it is a full campaign. All those features. It might not be, you know, like an entire game worth of content, but it is a game worth of story, I will say. Turning off the songs. I'm not sure. We'll have our usual options, I think. So I'm not sure if that will be there. Okay, let's. Almost about where I had planned to switch it off, but we'll get to the X3 news. But any last questions? Take a few more minutes with Trilogy Enhanced questions. Trilogy Enhanced Nintendo Switch 2 Edition questions. X3 have an English dub. We have not announced that yet, but we're definitely considering it. The Switch 2 Edition add trial modes leaderboards back. Right now we don't have much to announce outside of the GX content, but never say never. And replay the entire series before it comes out. Well, you're in luck because we have a package that has all 3 games in it, and then we also have the X1 and 2 Dual Collection, which you can get caught up on X's Story coming out in July. So perfect opportunity. Would I be able to say anything if Keaton is present in GX at all? I don't know if I should say anything. I'll let you find out. Don't want to spoil too much. That's all I have it all in my head, but I can't let it all out. I don't want to upset everyone. Not here or out there. We'll have the Switch 2 physical have an ESRB variant. So right now we don't have any plans for an ESRB version of it. It's possible, but I would doubt it. This GX has English dub is confirmed. Yes. Pre-ordering it from SoftMap. Good choice. Good choice. I assume we'll have a look at the store token before too long. Turn on or off. Yeah, I definitely understand about the vocal tracks. You can upstage the stage music every once in a while. But yeah, our sound team is very picky about the options they give people. Will there be a complete box for X3? That is a good question as well. So we'll definitely have more to announce about X3 because that'll be released next year. But I think people will. Their voices have been heard about having a box for the trilogy at that point. Switch 2 physical is planned for Japan only at the moment. Japan and Asia. So definitely, it'll have the English script and English voices included. So you are free to import it. Oh my goodness. Is there a score incentive between switching to Gunvolt and Copen? That's a good question. So there is a gameplay, there is the inspiration system, and because they have separate kudos, I do wonder if your score would be higher sticking with one or switching between them both. I assume that will be up to the score masters to figure out the optimal routes on that one. Yeah, I'm not sure what the calculations are going to be since you have the 2 separate kudos meters. Excited with all the new ideas. Very happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm not sure if there'll be any level design changes. There might be some to accommodate the Copen and Gunvolt gameplay, but I'm not sure. So yeah, the first stage there was pretty much the same from what I could see. English translations, no, we're not planning on revising those at the moment. Not past what we already have. Isn't Sakuragawa-san amazing? Yes, I agree. I love her singing voice. She is quite amazing. So I think if you can upgrade the trilogy, you can upgrade the Switch 1 trilogy into the Switch 2 edition with a upgrade pack. And just one more minute, because we're getting to the end of the questions. Will be new music for the GX to upgrade? That's a good question. I feel like there's got to be some, but I'm not sure. How long GX will be? I don't want to confirm exactly how long it will be. About the at least as much as your average Gunvolt story worth of story content. So yeah, you can extrapolate. And yeah, okay. I think let's move on a little bit, but if you still have questions at the end, I'll probably have some more time. But I do want to talk about our next announcement, very exciting at BitSummit. We kind of revealed it at the end of our presentation on the stage there, and that is the newest entry into the Luminous Avenger X series. And let's start off and watch the trailer. So please take a look.
Special announcement. No one said there was only one Apex. The series continues. A young girl from another world appears before Copen. Who are the invaders she calls X-Bearers? Copen uses the new Divide Edge twin energy swords. Fighting alongside Blade, can they return order to the world? Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X3. Now in development. INTI creates.
Yes, we also have announced Luminous Avenger X3. And now I can't talk about it too much, but I did just want to bring it up a little bit since people were asking about it. Specifically to say I can't talk about it too much, but you see there in the trailer, it's a new chapter in Copen X Copen's story. He's got a new weapon. He's got a new enemy, the X-Bearers. He's going to be fighting. And so yeah, so you can see some new outfits, all sorts of new stuff. I don't even know about all of it. This will be a 2027 release. What I can talk about is the Divide Edge, Copen's pair of weapon energy swords. It is a anti-air focused weapon, so you can imagine lots of air-to-air combat happening in this one. And yeah, I'm a bit very curious about the alongside Blade part, and that's exactly what I can't talk about. That is just, you'll have to leave that one in the air there. But yeah, the Divide Edge seems very, very cool, given Copen just plain old swords is super exciting. And I hear they even combined into like a pole arm for like a bit longer reach. No one said there was only one Apex. When people like that line, I was a little iffy. I was like, oh my goodness, how do I get this this line translated? And it's basically what our catch copy for the Japanese was. They could split the black box inside the blaster rifle in two or something. Oh, that's a good guess. I have no idea. But yeah, I teased that. I can't talk about it too much. But yeah, people are curious about it. That is there. And of course, we'll have new AEX weapons. You can see one of them in the screenshot there. It looks like another big sword. I love some big swords. But yeah, that's going to be very exciting. That'll be 2027. We've announced for Switch 2 and PC Steam. I believe the Steam page is up and you search for that. There is wishlist it today. But yeah, any more questions? People are still very curious about stuff. Well, I can answer what I can about X3. There's not a whole lot I can say. It's still pretty early on. Definitely, we are considering having the English dub. But definitely look forward to also the X1 and 2 Dual Collection coming out in July. That will include both X1 and 2, all DLC content, a new battle mode, endless battle mode. Can you confirm if X3 will have multiple playable characters? Absolutely, I cannot. I can do no such thing. So definitely look forward to hearing more about it in the future. Will Null appear? That's a good question that I cannot answer. Will X3 tie into GX? Oh, that's another good question that I have no idea about. It's certainly possible. Will Blade be a playable character? Oh, I have no clue. That's a great question. You might imagine from hearing that line in the trailer, but it could mean anything. Does INTI have any other new games to announce this year? Ooh, Probably. That seems likely. We do have more shows to get to, especially Tokyo Game Show in September. We'll certainly have, you know, I shouldn't say certainly, we might have something to announce around there. The Kudo system in X3 still being worked on? Yeah, absolutely. It's a work in progress. It's still a bit early. So definitely don't take the lack of a Kudos meter to mean anything there. Hope it gets English dub me too. That would be great. A lot of people liked how Copen was in X1. Did you guys take that feedback into account? Absolutely. Heard loud and clear, I believe. So yeah, I can think that just the presence of the Divide Edge as air-to-air focused weapons, I think that says a lot about the gameplay. Although I can't confirm anything. That's my guess, personally. Even it looks very fun. Yeah, I wouldn't say X3 would play like X1 necessarily. I mean, he's got all new weapons, so I imagine there will be some significant differences as well. The melee weapons be less like Gunvolt since X2. Oh, I'm not sure. It seems like it'll have like maybe some different modes too, so perhaps like it might change during combos or something like that. I actually haven't seen too much about the gameplay myself. So yeah, it's very exciting. And there's lots you can extrapolate from that trailer, I believe. A rough estimate on how far in development, it's still fairly early, I would say. Yeah, there's definitely planned for 2027. I would not expect it to slip out of 2027, I would say. That would be very surprising. Do you plan to add DLC bosses? Nothing to announce. It's certainly an idea. So we did in X2. So it's possible. As a translator, what is the most difficult task they have asked you to do? Well, that's a really good question. Live interpretation is pretty tough, but having lived here a while, it's not so bad. Translating lyrics is is pretty up there, I would say. It's like both hard and easy because you don't know what they mean. They could mean anything, which means it's very hard to translate them correctly, but also, you know, it's kind of, they're always up to interpretation to begin with, so are you really wrong at the end of the day? But yeah, translating all that stuff for, I'm blanking on the name of the rhythm game. I had to translate lyrics for so many years of songs for that one. That was definitely a challenge. It's funny how Copen is playable in more Gunvolt series games than the Gunvolt. Yeah, I definitely think the same thing sometimes. Copen is a lot of fun, so I can't quite blame the team for having a bit of a Copen bias, maybe, on the gameplay side at least. I just love bouncing around the stages. Is INTI ever open on working on a Mega Man? And I think we would be. That's just, unfortunately not up to us. So unfortunately we haven't announced X3 on Xbox just yet, but we will probably have more platforms to announce in the future. This is just kind of the first early reveal of the game. So we'll definitely lots more details to come. Which I can, one thing that doesn't show up in the trailer that was in the press release, so I can talk about it a little bit. So we'll have a new customization system for Copen, the Code Customizer, which I'm told has specific rules you'll have to follow, but if you do, you can get all sorts of fun results and make your own version of Copen in the game. So that is very exciting, and I think that is it's a really cool evolution on the series. As a translator, when it comes to character names, what is the reason why some characters have their names special attached changed in English? Personally, I know there have been other people who've made other choices in the past, but when it's up to me, I try to keep the special text names the same unless it just sounds, I think, awkward or bad, or there is a trademark involved, as happens a lot in the Gunvolt. I think that's kind of been the tradition. A lot of characters are named after trademarked cars. And so it just feels a little iffy to use those names. For example, Apollo in Gunvolt 3. His name is Lexus in Japanese, which is not a real word. That is a made-up word for a car brand. And so I changed him to Apollo, which is a different car, but it is not, purely a car name, right? And yet Akira, for example, that wasn't my choice, but I kind of go off that, Copen is a different car, actually, than Akira. I don't know why. I assume those are both trademark car names, but Daytona. Yes, Daytona is also, that's a city, right? I probably could have gone for Daytona, but maybe they decided something different there. But yeah, that's kind of mine. Especially when it comes to special attack names, I feel like, people are used to having special attack names be kind of goofy, but sometimes they just don't really sound cool in English, or they have a better mouthfeel in Japanese. And then I'll tend to change those. Try to change it slightly, if I can. Again, I kind of am a, I'm not a literalist in Japanese. I think that's kind of a naive position to hold, but I do try to change as little as I can, get away with and have it sound good and readable and fun in English. That's my perspective. People were, again, debating about that before I joined the stream. So I have a couple more minutes of questions and then we'll start to wrap it up. Yeah, I like when the JP actors say that both versions of special attacks. Yeah, that was a cool thing they did for Gunvolt 2, since they localized the attack names, like have the Japanese actors. Since we didn't have English back then, English dubbed, they had them say it out loud in the English version. I think that was cool. I like doing that, and I hope to continue doing that. I don't know if you know that our English actors also say the Japanese names for when you play the game in English dub with Japanese script. That was always a cool thing. It's fun. Even something like Astral Chain and Astral Chains, I think we get 2 takes for those. Name Lumen came from, so again, that was before my time, but I don't know why. I guess because Morpho is just like the name of the butterfly. But again, it's the name of the butterfly in Japanese, so I don't know what they, I can't speak to those decisions that were made. I do scratch my head sometimes. Shiden, that's a really good question. I don't mind that so much. Sometimes you have to change the Japanese names to something a little bit more evocative. Like, because Shiden, obviously, like, what is it, like a purple lightning, I think, the kanji used there. And so, like, having that, yeah, it's very cool, but, like, if you don't know Japanese, you don't have, like, that doesn't mean anything to you. So, like, having something a bit more evocative in English, in those situations, I can totally understand changing it. Although, again, my preference is to keep the Japanese names, because it's a Japanese property, it's very anime, and I think people like having that. Yeah, before we go, I just want to talk a little bit more about some more INTI Create stuff that's happening this very day here in Japan, and very soon elsewhere. We have the PlayStation 5 version of Mahjongami releasing. I saw it on the Japanese PlayStation Store this morning, but it will be on your local store when they update. This is maybe one of our richest action games to date, so if you haven't played because you only have a PS5, then now is your chance to pick that up. We've also added some new trials to the game, which will be coming to the other versions if they haven't already. So that is very cool. I think it's a great game, and I hope you can give it a chance to play it there on the PlayStation 5. And in other news, last month we had Kingdom's Return, Time Eating Fruit, and the Ancient Monster released. It is a hybrid 2D side-scrolling action game / city builder, where you build your city to level up your characters. You have 4 different playable characters you can swap to and level up. There's lots of fun min-maxing to do in that. I hope you have picked that up if you haven't already. It's only $14.99. It is a fun little diversion, I think. So definitely go and try it out and play that if you haven't. That's on Switch 1, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series SX, and Steam. Oh, and Mahjongami is also, if you still don't have it, I said it's PlayStation 5, and it's also available Switch 1, Switch 2, and Steam. on a PC. So yeah, no Gunvolt for GS yet. But yeah, and then we also, I forgot to put that on the slide, but we also have the Luminous Avenger, let me say the full title. The Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger X 1+2 Dual Collection will be coming out in July, I believe July 8th, I think it was. Maybe a day off. But that is a collection of Gunvolt, of Luminous Avenger X 1 and 2 that will be on, I believe, Switch 1 and Switch 2. So we'll have a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, in addition to its extremely long title, on PS5 and Steam. It'll have all the DLC there. So definitely look forward to that. Great to catch up before you can play Gunvolt GX coming later this year. And I think that's about all we have for announcements. It's a very long. Yes, tell me about it. We have these I think Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Adding 4 whole words to your titles makes the already long titles even longer. And like the store pages are nightmares. But yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. I hope you have all of your questions answered. Tell your friends everything you learned about the Trilogy Enhanced Nintendo Switch 2 edition, because I think there's a lot of people still a little bit confused about how everything's going. We'll tweet out some stuff about answering your questions in advance. But yeah, thank you very much for coming out today. I'm glad to see everyone. It was very lively. Hope I got everyone's questions answered today. But I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.